Okay, it's Luxury Fred, and I am here in Rome at the Alitalia Training Academy, and I'm gonna go inside and learn how Alitalia trains their ground staff and cabin crew about amazing Italian service and style. Let's go check it out.
Let me just frame a little bit the Alitalia today.
Okay.
When we have started off in 2015 in January, the main focus that we wanted to put on is on refreshing the brand and on giving to our people motivation and sense of belonging, pride to be part of Alitalia.
Your staff members.
Our staff
Yes.
members. So we invested a lot in them, and straight away we also invested in creating our customer experience. Our passengers, so commonly called, are guests for us.
Okay.
And the concept that we want to put through is to have our guests welcome to our home. So the aircraft becomes a home for them,
Okay.
and our lounges become a home for them.
Okay.
The Made of Italy concept, it carries throughout the experience of our guests. So our people have been trained and formed from straight away to grow their confidence and to interact with their guests in a most caring and Italian possible way.
Excellent.
And we have achieved that through various range of courses which go into customer excellence, hospitality training dedicated to in-flight crew, to airport teams, to the lounge staff. We also focus on leadership for the managers of both worlds. Managers at the airport, managers in flight, and the leadership is the area where the teams also got together. In classroom are both the worlds, airport and in-flight, which is something completely new in an airline business.
Right.
We do have that also in other classrooms, hospitality, generic courses. The hospitality is one.
Right.
It doesn't matter where our guest is, whether it's the airport or the in-flight. It has to feel the same style of hospitality, the Italian style, or Alitalia, we call it style of hospitality. And therefore, they come to classrooms together, and they receive the training from teams of instructors, which are both from airport and in-flight.
Okay.
And so today, we'll take you through the journey of the training that we carry out for all our people.
Okay. So this is cool because, so as Barbara was saying, it's not only the cabin crews that receive this training, it's the people at the reception when you check in and things like that at the airport. So it's a total experience whenever you're dealing with someone from the Alitalia team.
Correct.
Yeah.
At the airport, for example, it's not just our colleagues at the check-in area, so the boarding gates, it's also our bus drivers, for example.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the chauffeur drivers that take our guests, special guests. We have the ramp agents, our people that support, all the operations below the wings. Also, all of them are part of the experience that our guests have with Alitalia. That's why they also, all of them focus on a hospitality training.
Right. And then something that we're going to get into and look at today is in terms of the cabin crew, the training is from Michelin star servers and chefs who teach them proper serving techniques and food plating and wine pairing and things like that to really create that gourmet experience.
Correct, especially for our teams that actually deal with our dining experience. So our flight attendants and our lounge colleagues, all of them are trained on in an area which you will see later, which is like a 5-star restaurant. Because they have to feel how our guests feel when they enter our aircraft, especially on the premium cabins and when they enter our lounge. What are the expectations? So we have courses that interact a lot. It's a lot of role-playing activities that make our teams practice on menu description, wine pairings and offering, and all of this, always keeping in mind that what we represent is Italy.
Right. So that it really creates that restaurant-like experience on the flight. Yeah.
It does.
And I am speaking from experience because I was fortunate enough to fly in the great business class cabin on the flight from New York to Rome. So I experienced it firsthand, and it was unbelievable. the first flight in a long time where I didn't want it to end. You know, it was so enjoyable. Oh, we're here. Oh, I don't want to be here yet. So it was great, you know, to experience it first person.
Thank you for the feedback.
Yes.
I'm really, really happy about it.
Okay, so we're checking out one of the first specialty classrooms here at the Alitalia Training Academy. Buongiorno. Okay.
Here we are. This is the hospitality suite. We just take a look here. This is what I would call it our 5-star restaurants. This is the place where our teams practice on the role playing, practice on interaction with the guests, practice on showcasing and representing the menus, the wine pairings, the actual conversation skills are practiced in here also.
I see.
Okay, so they mainly lounges, you know, teams from the lounges, teams from flight, they practice here a lot. This is the place also where at the start of every training we set the tone of the day. Our teams come here to receive mainly hospitality-oriented training. So we want to start the day by showcasing hospitality. So instead of going directly to the classroom, here you go, bang, we start, we say, come here, come to us in the hospitality, let's have a coffee, let's have some cookies.
Right.
15 minutes, it doesn't take much. The managers also come and say hello on an informal way.
Right.
We just set the tone and we showcase what we mean by hospitality.
Right.
So we welcome you here to the Academy. And this has also been a revolutionary change in the approach to training. It's not just a classroom, a static style of training. It has a lot of components which are brought from the operational experience.
Right.
So what do our guests expect? This is what you expect also from us, and that's what we offer.
Okay.